Hi everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Quest XI. So last time out we had to head into the mountain, to the volcano, in order to defeat Miko's son, who had been turned into a giant dragon. Finally defeated him and was able to let his soul go to rest, basically. So after this, so what we're doing in this part is basically we're starting off with finishing off the Hotto side quest. Finally, their mother is able to return, and she forgives everyone.
On a village whose people drift now, rudderless. We believed in lies, trusted one who betrayed us. Who now will guide us?
Well, that's a good question, buddy.
Are grown-ups not supposed to be able to think for themselves?
And Atsuko makes actually a very, very good point here. It's kind of like, hey, why don't you try and actually, you know, work together and try and make sure that the village, you know, keeps going on and keeps moving forward.
To sacrifice us must have burned hotter than fire. We must forgive her. A new dawn awaits.
Atsuko, you're a good boy.
She died that we might. They do not need to know the whole truth. They have seen tragedy enough. The people of Hotto.
Yeah, it's kind of sad how in the entirety of Hotto, Atsuko and Atsuko are probably the most mature and well put together members of the entire village. But hey, everything's sorted out now. Everything's back to normal. So we can actually continue on with main plot now. How nice is that? So basically, what we've got to do next is we've got to head into the forge itself within the volcano and forge ourselves a new sword of light using the forging hammer. But before we do that, we've got to speak to her. And she wants us to do something. The legendary forge. Yes, so she tells us all about the all about the forge and where it is. And she gives us the Crucible key. Yay! So now we have the Crucible key. We can head into we can head off and go to the forge. So in that cut, basically what I did was in Hotto at this point you can actually find a lot of decent weapons and armor here. I bought a new armor set for the hero, which is what I'm wearing now. Kind of this, which is a pretty strong piece of armor actually. It's like a samurai kind of traditional samurai armor kind of look, which actually looks really cool. In terms of, I think I got a new sword for Hendrik as well. But that's basically about it. There's no point in really getting anything for the hero basically, because we're going to be forging the Sword of Light next, and so now that we have the Sword of Light at our disposal, once we've got the Sword of Light at our disposal, we don't really need to get any stronger. Like single-handed swords, because the Sword of Light is pretty much one of the strongest that you can get. It's also is really strong against obviously like the worst enemies in the game, because that's who that's what it's designed for, I suppose. Once we head in here though, you'll find yourself a purple tockle. So yeah, next tockle got. So now we can move on. So, yeah. There isn't really any, you know, it's just a straight path, and boom. And we can look down. Look at all that lava. So now we have to bring out the guiding light in order to bring the forge back. So offer it up to the volcano? Yes, do that. Sorry about that. So once we offer up the guiding light to the volcano...
What's happening?
No idea. It's very shaky. Oh god, the lava's rising. Oh god, this was a bad idea, wasn't it? This is a really bad idea, wasn't it?
Whoa.
Okay, that's kind of cheap. And so yeah, there it is. The forge that we need in order to create the new Sword of Light. It's actually kind of a really cool design. Kind of the black kind of stone, almost marble with like the lava and magma kind of, you know, kind of making up those kind of patterns. It looks a really cool place. But yeah, it's kind of cheap how they basically don't show it kind of rising up from the magma, and instead it's just like, we're going to cut to black here and then it's just going to appear. Whatever. Running out of budget maybe. So here we are at the Crucible. So basically all we have to do now is we have to get there you go, get over the rock. All that's left for us to do is to use our orichalcum and forge ourselves a new Sword of Light. We've been at this for a little while now. He's still going. He's actually done a decent job to turn it into a sword shape already. I mean, it's hard work, man. I mean, we're in a volcano, literally.
I'll take it from here.
I'm not about to let you steal all the glory, honey. If you get to
Yeah, because if you remember when we saw the flashbacks, we saw that basically everybody, all the members of the party, helped to forge the Sword of Light when it was originally forged by Erdwin and his party. So yeah, our party has to help as well. So everybody has to do their fair share and, you know, and smack the shit out of it in order for the Sword of Light to be kind of recreated.
Well, I'm game if you all are.
Serena, maybe you should take a step back. Look at those arms. I don't think you're going to be able to do much with that hammer. I'd be surprised if you could lift it, to be honest. So yeah. To be fair, Eric's arms aren't particularly much thicker, if I'm being honest, but there you go.
Now it's my turn to help you.
Yeah, and I kind of like this scene because it's everybody basically saying, you know, giving their thanks for the hero to our character and basically how he's helped them to, you know, achieve what they wanted to achieve. With Eric, it was helping get his sister back. That was unnecessarily flamboyant, Sylvando. With Sylvando, it was making up with his, you know, making up with his father and, you know, being able to go out and make his father proud. Raab is kind of has the ability to get revenge for his daughter and son-in-law getting murdered.
We all are.
You know, Jade has the opportunity to make up for, you know, losing him when he was just a little baby. Actually, a lot of them are like that. Hendrik as well, is he can make it up to the hero for not being for being taken in by Mordegon when he was inside
Veronica.
King Carnelian. Yes, that's right.
To finish this without you. I'm stronger now.
And of course, Serena is doing it all for Veronica.
For the luminary.
She can actually lift it. Wow, there's some power there. Yeah, so now it's time for us to finish it off. And there we go. Boom. I do like that effect though of like all the fires kind of being lit all around. It's kind of cool. So yeah, the basic shape of the sword light is done.
Pick that thing up and give it a swing.
Time to pick it up. The luminary mark. By the way, this is kind of cheating a little bit. Because it looked very grey and kind of dull, and then all of a sudden Luminary's power kind of gives it all this gold detailing and this really bright shiny blade. So, but whatever, it's fair fantasy. We now have the Sword of Light. So basically, with us getting the Sword of Light at this point, that means, yeah, there is only one more thing for us to do. Yep. Head to his base and finish off the Lord of Darkness, Mordegon, once and for all. That is all that's left in the game now. I think, so yeah, now it's time for us to head off. So now we have got the Sword of Light, which is pretty much it is the strongest single-handed sword in the whole game. So we're going to equip that bitch, and we're ready to go. Yeah, there's nothing else for us to do at this point. So we're going to summon Cetacea and head towards Mordegon's base. So yeah. Now later on, I'm not going to spoil that yet, but something else happens later on, which gives us a couple of Sword of Lights, but we'll see what happens later on. First thing we have to do is destroy this barrier and head into the Fortress of Evil. I believe that's what it's called. I can never fucking remember. My apologies. So yeah. The Sword of Light in the hands of the Luminary. Boom! So yeah, the barrier's down, so now we have access to the final dungeon, the Fortress of Fear.
So this is it.
So yeah, time to head in. Now, to be fair, actually, we're not. We've got another part before we actually start exploring the Fortress of Fear proper. But the Fortress of Fear actually is pretty linear dungeon. It's essentially just, I think it's 4 floors. You go through 4 floors and you basically go through every single room on each floor, and find your way up, and just continue on until you get to the very, very top. So yeah, it's a really simple. It's a pretty simple dungeon in all that. In all cases, really, not really a lot of puzzles or anything like that. Oh shit! That definitely would have killed me. Thanks, Hendrik. I owe you one. Well, shit.
What in the...
So, yeah. However, before we can enter into the dungeon, we've got another boss to deal with. So yeah, this guy is basically the last of the Spectral Sentinels that we have to take out. And he also has the last orb, so we need to defeat him. I'll be honest, I wish you could have one of those weapons in the game, you know. So this is Indignus, Gatekeeper of the Fortress of Fear. So yeah, time for us to take him on.
But this is where your story ends. You shall not meet my master. You shall die like dogs at his door!
Yeah, again, I will say I do actually really like Indignus's design. It's a pretty cool, badass looking design. Here we go. So Jade, you want to use Revamp and Multi-Thrust, or Multi-Hit, depending on what you've got. With the hero, we're going to be using Sword Dance a lot. Getting a lot of multi-hits in. And then with Serena, you want to use... So you want to use... Try and cast Blunt first. Blunt will weaken his attacks. And then once you've done that, you want to use Sap to lower his defense. Yeah, I mean, dude, he hits so goddamn hard. Like, seriously, he hits so fucking hard. So, multi-thrust. Let's try and take him down as quickly as possible. Yeah, he's a real piece of shit. He's really fucking difficult. I think I'm at the moment like ever so slightly under-leveled at this point. Yeah, I think at this point it's just like, okay, let's just use a more heal. Or do use multi-heal. Try and get everybody's health back up. In this fight, basically, your main damage dealers are going to be... Oh, fuck, I'm dead. Your main damage dealers are going to be Hendrik and Jade. So yeah, just keep using them to cause good amounts of damage. And have... What am I doing? And have Serena cast healing and kind of buffs and debuffs are, you know, that's what you want to use her mainly for. There we go. So yeah, he's got... Yeah, I mean, dude really does have some super powerful attacks. His normal attacks are actually not too bad. You know? It's just when he does his special attacks, they really fucking hurt. So you have to kind of be careful. And just, you know, make sure you keep your health up as much as possible. Just keep using Jade and... Sorry, Hendrik to kind of cause as much damage as possible. And eventually he will go down. He's got a lot of health, but he will go down eventually. Yeah, see, he's in orange health now. You bitch! I hate you. Time to die. And there we go. Indignus is finally put down and defeated. So yeah. It's primarily about just keeping your health up. And, you know, it's just primarily about keeping your health up and just using your most powerful attacks on him, and he will go down eventually. You also want to make sure you have the best armor possible at this point. He will cause some real fucking problems if you don't have your armor properly leveled up, and if you don't have your characters leveled up, because if you aren't I think I was at slightly too low a level to take him on, and I was only just about able to defeat him. So yeah, make sure you're at the correct level. Honestly, I think you want to be around about, to take on Mordegon, you want to be around about level 60. It's either 50 or 60. So if you get yourself up to around about that level before you even go into the dungeon itself, before you face Indignus, then you'll have a much easier time.
Hear me, Jasper. The fate that has bound us together
So
for
yeah,
so long
Hendrik has got to have his
today.
final battle, his final duel with Jasper. But that's not going to be for a bit yet, so join me next time for the next part of Dragon Quest XI, when we'll be starting to head through the final dungeon of the third, I guess. We'll be heading through the Fortress of Fear to take on Mordegon. So yeah, see you next time.